Freaking believable, guys. Yankees blew it once again. What's new, right? What is new? 4 games straight in the most important games of the season, it seems like. Look, I'll be honest. I'm going to just cut to the chase. This season, they ain't going nowhere, bro. This team they cooked. They are cooked. They would have to literally just do a complete 180 and to turn this season around. They can't win. And it's just stupid stuff. Like, why is Devin Williams closing? Can somebody tell me, why is Devin Williams the closer? What has he done to deserve being the closer? I get it. A lot of these guys are new, but I would have rather have these guys coming in new. Devin Williams has been blowing games all freaking season. I get it. In the saves column, he only has 3 blown saves. And that's because those are those games are save opportunities that he happened to blow. But he's blown way more games than that. He's blown way more games than that. They should have traded his ass. I guarantee you he would not be here next year. So what was the point of keeping him? He's trash. I don't know. When they got Duvall and all these guys, I get it. They had a tough first outing, right? Jake Bird could kick rocks, bro. I've seen enough of that guy too. He looks scared out there. He looks terrified. He should have kept the beard too. He lost all his aura when he shaved that beard. But Devin Williams, why is he the closer? Tell me why. Why? Why can't you just tell him because you just didn't want to hurt his feelings? And be like, look, you're not the closer. We traded for this guy. He's been blowing games all season. I get he had a little stretch where he pitched well. But like I said before, I say it every time, man. And you guys know, you guys who've been watching my show, watching me for a minute now, you know, I always say, I do not trust Devin Williams. I don't. Even when he was pitching well, I was like, yo, something about it, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. It's disgraceful. This is a game we had to get, man. We just had to. We go up freaking 3-zip. 3-zip with our ace on the mound. And then and again, we can't play clean baseball. We just can't. We don't know how to play baseball, guys. These guys are a fucking joke. I'm sick of this shit already. And I got to watch this night in and night out. I'd rather watch the freaking Harlan Hawks, the high school team around my way. They play better than these guys when it comes to fundamentals. Just simple stuff, man. And look, you know, I can see why people won't put this on Boone, but look, Devin Williams shouldn't have been the closer. He shouldn't have been the closer. That was the first question they asked him when they made these trades. The first question they asked him when they got David Bednar and Camilo Doval. The first thing they asked him is, who's the closer? And immediately he went, Devin, why? Why Devin Williams? Because he's been with you longer. He's been blowing games all season. Since he's got here, he's been blowing games. I'm sorry, folks. This season, my gut, I'm going to go with my gut. My gut's telling me this team they done. They won't even make the playoffs. That's what my gut is telling me. When I watch this team, I don't want to feel like that. I'm still cheering. I'm still like hoping for the best. I really am. I'm hoping for the best, but this team has shown me nothing. They have shown me nothing. That's all, folks. Like the thumbnail says. This team is cooked. They're cooked, man. Let me see. Oh, Boone is talking. Let's listen to Boone real quick.
7 runs in his last 8 innings, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more just his last few outings where he's given up some runs, obviously, and
last few outings
lost a couple saves. So he's got to get it tightened up. We all have to be better. And starting tomorrow. There's no time. There's like
Starting
another one's
tomorrow?
coming for us tomorrow. We got to figure this stuff out.
What'd you see from Max?
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job battling through 5. I didn't feel like they, that when they put up the 4 runs on him, Langford hit the ball hard, the double after 1 was out, and then just kind of some balls finding holes against them. They did a good job putting the ball in play with runners out there and found some holes. I thought he settled in and kind of gave a gritty performance there to go 5, and I thought got into a decent
Found some
rhythm
holes.
there.
What about that
So,
that throw,
he set
that
us up to
pickoff
win
that
a
went
game.
to center field
Dials.
that cost us a run?
Yeah,
That I feel like Volpe should have caught.
judge tomorrow.
Williams hadn't pitched since Wednesday. Do you think that
No.
had anything to do with it?
No, I don't think so.
Who's the closer,
Schmidt
Boone?
had
Ask
had
him.
nice
Who's
night
the
today.
closer from now
He hasn't
on?
been swinging the bat great in the last couple of weeks. Anything you see there that
Well, I mean, we haven't really faced a lefty in a while, and he's killed lefties all year. So, obviously a big swing to get us started. Another ball he smokes in the gap and then gets the righty and gets another hit. So good to see him, get some results.
Goldie
here.
had a
He's been
good
working
day.
hard at it. So
He had a really good day.
Hopefully that's something
Who's
to
the
build on, too.
closer? That's all we got to ask him. Who's the closer going forward?
Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. We got to weigh on us, stress. We got to win. Period. We know that. So
No
nobody cares
shit, Sherlock.
how
You got to
stressful it
win.
is or
How are you going to do it?
That's
How?
all
What are you
just-
changing?
noise, excuses, whatever. We got to go play better and we got to win, and we know that.
Well, it's a reality of a 162-game season, Jack,
Crazy,
that kind of
man.
weight or that stress. But when it comes in the variety of ways that it has over the past 4 days, and
I
today,
can't, man. Bro, let me tell you something, man. This dude, he's completely lost it. I mean, we got to win. Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of the game, is to win. We understand that, but what are you going to do to change all this bullshit we've been watching for the past 2 months? What are we doing to change it? Who's the closer? That's what I would ask him. Okay, going forward, who's the closer now? That's what we need to know. Are you still sticking with this guy? There's no way. You shouldn't even have stuck with him before. There's no way you could stick with Devin Williams. I'm sorry. And trust me, I was hyped. I was calling for them to make this trade for him. The airbender. This dude ain't bending nothing, bro. He's bending over. That's what he's doing. Bending fucking over. This team is pissing me off, man. I can't. They make me sick to my stomach. They really do. This shit is pathetic. They're a freaking joke. This is nonsense, man. It's nonsense. And I get it. It's not over yet, really. It's not. But when you watch them play, you tell me, guys, in the chat. When you watch, do you really feel like, yeah, like they're gonna just automatically, just out of nowhere, just switch it up? Just do a complete 180? I don't get the feeling like they are. I'll be honest. Like, I really don't. The lineup today, a lot of people was complaining about the lineup. I wasn't even that upset with the lineup. The one thing I would have said, like, they should have just left McMahon in there, right? But I wasn't even upset about it. I really wasn't. And it paid off. Look at Goldschmidt, had a great night. Rosario, he did pretty good. Right now, the Yes Network is talking about Judge expected to return tomorrow. But even with Judge, they were losing. I don't think he's going to make the difference. He's not going to come in and save the season. If he did, believe me, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. He is cooked. The team is a dumpster fire, man. It is. They are free falling out of control. There's no end. It seems like they know. I thought we hit rock bottom 2 weeks ago. And as soon as I assume that we hit rock bottom, it gets deeper, bro. There's no end to this freaking misery that this team is putting me through. I don't know how you guys feel. Sometimes I don't even want to watch it. It's funny when they bring in Devin Williams. I'll be honest, like when they bring in Jock Peterson, I just had that feeling. I was like, oh man, this ain't good. Freaking Jock Peterson of all people batting like 100. His batting average is literally 100. But he's always hit bombs. That's what he does. He hits bombs. And look, I'm glad Ken brought this up. Why is Wells even playing? I don't care about why is he even on this team right now? Wells sucks. Let's keep it a buck. He is garbage. He is just, I cannot stand watching Wells play. I'm telling you. I've had it up to here with this dude. He is an automatic out. Whenever you in a big set, every now and then he's gonna run into one, and you're gonna feel like, oh yeah, Wells, he's coming back. No, he's not. He's done. He's finished. Cooked. Can't put it best. Why the hell was Wells hitting in the 10th? In his last 14 games, he's hitting 166 when Rice is available. Exactly. Why wasn't Rice batting up? And of course he hit into a double play because that's what Wells does. That's what he's good for. He's good for eating burritos, fucking breakfast burritos, for freaking chest hair sprouting out his freaking jersey and sucking on the field. For those of you that but if this is your first time watching me, man, I apologize. I just can't, man. I can't with this team, man. You're right, Ken. Thanks. I almost forgot about that. Why wasn't Ben Rice batting in the 10th? It was a righty pitcher. There was no excuse for him not to be batting. There really wasn't. Why not? Why not? Why? Why wasn't Rice he is so much better than Wells. And look, maybe you bring in Rice and nothing happens, right? That could be the case, but at least you made the right move, right? Sometimes you got to make the right move and hope it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but you put your best foot forward. You put your best play out there. Let's listen to Max Free real quick.
You know, they came out and swung the bats. They swung the bats and got to me and strung together some hits. And at the end of the day, I didn't do a good enough job of being able to limit and get out of that situation. You know, put us behind, especially after getting some early runs and, you know, having a lead and, you know, being able to give that up. It's definitely really frustrating.
Did you expect that aggressive approach out of them there in the second? It seemed like they swung at a lot of first pitch.
Yeah, I mean, teams are typically aggressive, and it's just.
Why is this thing so low?
Yeah, you just got to be able to make the adjustment on the fly, and I didn't do it quick enough. So it's frustrating, especially coming out needing to win and, you know, putting us in a hole, and, you know, guys, you know, scraped it together and, you know, was able to fight back. But,
I think that pickoff attempt
feels like, you know, this stretch is wearing on you guys in here. Just how would you describe this clubhouse right now?
That pickoff attempt. Hold on, let me pause. Can I pause this?
You know, it's simple as a result.
That pickoff attempt that he had, it ended up going into center field. Look, I feel like Volpe should have caught that. You know, I get it. It's kind of a tough play because he did throw the ball offline. And the way he threw it was kind of tailing away from Volpe. But you got to make that play, man. Come on, dude. You got to make that. You have to.
It's business. We just need to get it done. And we haven't been getting it done. And, you know, we got to do something to be able to change that.
The walks have been up in your last couple of starts. Are you able to put a finger on why that command hasn't been there for you?
No, it's something that I definitely need to
Walker says never get in big games
and get, you know, figure that out, because, you know, there's just more traffic on the bases. When there's more traffic on the bases, you know, more things can happen. And at the end of the day, free base runners isn't good. So I have to do a better job of just, you know, being more aggressive and
all right, man.
You know, not falling behind so much.
This dude put me to sleep. I feel like he'll put me to sleep right now. Nobody want to hear that, man. We just want results. This stuff is look, you let me know in the chat, man. Let me know. Is it over for this team? Like, really? I mean, technically it's not. I get it. But let me know what, like, deep down in your heart, in your gut, do you feel like this team can even make it to the playoffs? Because I'm starting to feel like, man, like this team is doomed. They're destined to fail. And then what do, right? But can't hit it on the head, you know? Why wasn't Rice in there? Really, why wasn't he in there? It's just, it makes no sense. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And all the acquisitions, right? Well, I'm gonna say Bednar looked good, Duvall looked good, Devin Williams blew it. And then Jake Bird, you could tell when I watch his slider's filthy and everything, but he's not built for this. He's just not. I could tell, I could see it in him. He's not built for the big lights, the bright lights. No, sirree. Send him back to Colorado. Send him to Pittsburgh. Send him to the Chicago White Sox, and he'll pitch well. He's not built for this. He's not built for New York. I'm gonna tell you right now. I could see it. He looks like a scared puppy out there. Like a scared puppy. Ace was good, Ace. This stuff is it's crazy. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Jack Geezy, my guy, what's up, man? Nando says Devin Williams been a bum all year like Tanner Scott. Yep. NYYJ. Yeah, man. Devin's just new. He has no seniority. That, like, for real. Should've went with Weaver. I mean, Khadija, what's up? Donnie Clark, my brother, what's up, man? Who else is in the building? Itchy Nuts, man, the best name on YouTube. He said Cashman gets Boone 3 right-handed bats for late situations, and Boone burned them all early and had to bat Wells again versus a lefty. Was it a lefty bat? I could have sworn it was a righty pitcher. I mean, even then, you go with Rice at that. In that, Rice was the last guy coming off the bench, right? And it's a perfect situation. Because you have your catcher batting and you have a better catcher, a better hitting catcher on the bench. You make the move, okay? You just make the move. A hit right there pushes us. We probably get the win, right? 99 says, just going to do. Yeah, he's not going to do much, man. It's a wrap, dude. I hope, man. I hope Judge comes back and he just goes off. But you know what this is? I'm going to tell you right now. This is 2023, bro. We're in 2023 right now. Literally. Judge is hurt. The team is slipping out of the playoffs. They say, hey, you know what? Let's bring Judge back. He's going to play hurt. But he came back and he wasn't Judge because he was hurt. And we didn't make the playoffs. This is almost to a T. It's almost to a T. This season reminds me of 2023. But the problem is that this team here is a lot better than the team we had in 2023. This should not be happening. This should not be happening. Look, if the Yankees don't make the playoffs, if they don't make the playoffs, I don't know how you don't blow it all up, right? Blow it all up. Everybody. Volpe, Wells, out of here. I'll trade them for anything. I'll trade them for a bag of peanuts and a freaking sparkling water right now, get him out of here. I don't care how many home runs Volpe hit in the last couple days. He's not a home run hitter. That ain't going to last, okay? Eventually, that's just going to turn into a bunch of pop-ups and swing and misses. Forget about it. He made a great play today. I will give him his props. He made a great play. And the same thing, I'll give Boone his props that putting Goldschmidt at leadoff, because I was questioning that, it paid off, right? It paid off. But then he threw it in the garbage later in the game, right? Like I don't know how you keep the same management, the same coaches and everything. I don't get it. I get it that they done it year after year after year and nothing changed, right? But this year, man, that I could see the the outrage from the fan base is louder than ever, right? I see reporters even saying it, that this guy got to go. You know, something needs to change. The leadership, the management, whatever you want to call it, they have to go. Something's got to change. If not, nothing's going to change, right? I don't care how many players you bring in. You could change the whole 26-man roster. Bring in a whole nother team from wherever the hell you get them, and we'll have the same results. The same results. Scene frustrates me, man. D was good. I'm going to try to catch up to the chat, man. I'm going to try. Khadija says, we are so trash without Judge. How are you? Also, before I forget, look, I'm going to give away one of those lights. See that Yankee light back there? I don't know if the camera is focusing on it. Anyway, I'm going to give away one of those to... All you got to do to enter is just comment in the chat, right? I'm not going to spin the wheel today. The giveaway will be tomorrow in the next stream. And it's going to look something like this. Let me show you guys. Here we go. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, I'm going to spin that wheel there. But enter the chat today. You can chat anything. You comment once. Just put hey or whatever it is, and you'll enter the drawing. And we'll do that tomorrow, though. Tomorrow after the game. And hopefully we have some better news. I'm trying to look at the ticker right now because I think Boston won. I think the Blue Jays won as well. The Texas Rangers are like, what, a half a game behind us, or 1.5 games? Let me pull that up real quick. The Yankees are a disgrace. They're a disgrace. Or we're 5.5 games. All right. We're 5.5 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays. This is crazy, man. 2.5 games behind the Red Sox. Insane. And in the wild card, we're tied with the Seattle Mariners and a 1.5 games up on the Rangers. Look, we could literally finish this series out of the playoffs, out of the last wild card spot. That's how far we've fallen. It's just unbelievable. It's like, it feels like the team is cursed. They can't do anything right. They lose 5-8, you know. Boone outmanaged once again, like always. Outmanaged. Because Jake Burr, you know, they intentionally walked. Who was it they intentionally walked? Was it Langford? And then Young hit the freaking bomb to look. We can't get nothing right. Yeah, they intentionally walked Wyatt Langford, and then freaking Josh Young, spelled with a J though, so Young hit the freaking bomb. It's crazy, man. Absolutely insane. Terry Francona will manage circles around Boone. Khadija says, man, you know what it is, Khadija? She's asking, who would you hire? She's been hearing a lot of Jorge Posada. Like, nobody even knows Jorge Posada is enjoying life. He probably doesn't even want this job. And if he did, okay, it doesn't even matter. That's the whole thing. And I don't want a manager that's never managed, right? Jorge Posada has never managed. He's at any level, you know, not in the minors, not in college, not in anything. I've been saying this for a while, right? I've been looking into the Brewers a lot. The Brewers have the best record in baseball. And they have a manager by the name of Pat Murphy, right? And Pat Murphy doesn't care. Right? Pat Murphy is the complete opposite of Boone. He benches people. If you mess up, you going on the bench. He benched Caleb Durbin early in the season. A bunch of these guys. And you know what he said? I was listening to MLB radio earlier. He said, son, I can't remember the players because they got a whole bunch of players that really I don't follow the team. I don't know these guys. They're not superstars. And he said that these guys are playing, they play every day like it's their last game in the big leagues because they don't know if they'll be here tomorrow. And you know what he said? He said, and that's good. That's how I want it. And I was like, damn, bro. Can we get a dude like that? He said they play every game like it's their last game in the big leagues. Because they don't know if they'll be here tomorrow. And he likes it like that. He likes it. Gives him something to play for. And I was like, man, that's gangster right there, dude. Boone, you will never hear that from Boone. Never, ever, ever. And YJ says, how is Rice not in for Wells? Yeah. I don't know. It's just old and retired. What's up, man? I hope you're enjoying retirement. He says, hoping for the best, and that would be that Hal wakes up and realizes Cashman and Boone have to go. Nothing else fixed till Cashman's gone. I feel you, man, but we could start with Boone, and then I'll work out, or start with Cashman. Either way, but something's got to change. Something. And, you know, I was listening to Joel Sherman, right? And I love Joel Sherman. He's probably one of the only reporters that I could say, like, he don't care who it is. He's going to tell you how it is, right? He's not a yes guy. He's not bought and paid for like a lot of guys. But he said, he was like, you know, he would never call. He said something. He had called for somebody's job a long time ago. And he said he'll never do it again. But then kind of hinted like, man, but something's got to give. And I feel him. And look, I don't like calling for people's jobs either, right? I don't want to call for nobody's job. But everybody makes it seem like if they fire Boone, everybody's like, oh, how dare you call for this guy's job? He got a family. Bro, he's good. I promise you, if he got fired today, he is good. Right? This dude makes millions and millions of dollars. He's straight. It's not like you and me, right? Or most of us that we live in check to check. If we get fired, we in trouble. He'll be all right. I promise you. I don't like calling for people's jobs, but if you're not doing your job, if you're not doing a good job, then what am I supposed to do? You know, what are you supposed to do? Keep a guy working just because you feel bad? No. At some point, something's got to give. D says, can we get Rafael Flores? Can we get him back? Nah, man. That's it. You can't renege on trades. Jake says, Jason, do the relievers that have control with Bednar and Doe? Yeah, they do have control. Everybody, all three relievers that we got, we have control at least through 2026. I'm not sure about 2027 and all that. I would rest Judge. I think 2026 is a better year. Yeah, but they're not going to do that because technically they're still in it. We're not there yet, but this feels like 2023. I'll be honest. It feels a lot like 2023. Really does. Man, we got 102 people in here and only 20 likes. Come on, y'all. That's downright sad. Come on, we could do better than that. Let's not be like the Yankees. We could get more runs than that. Who else we got in here? Dev, what's up, Dev? My cousin Bam Bam's in the building. What's up, Bam? The Yankee Killer, Mr. Yankee Killer says Boone Manager of the Year. Yep. If you win a freaking Manager of the Circus of the Year, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Pat Murphy's gonna win Manager of the Year, hands down. It's not even close. The dude he's legit. He's legit. If you don't know who that guy is, because I didn't know who he was. I started looking into him when I was like, damn, the Brewers are doing good. Who's this guy? What's going on over there? And then I started looking like, what is Caleb Durbin doing and all this stuff. And I was like, this was early in the season. Like Caleb Durbin got benched and all this. Pat Murphy's he's the truth. I watched a podcast with him, and he was talking, and I was like, damn, dude, why we need a manager like that. That's what we need. Someone, and I don't think he's ever played in the bigs. He was like a D1 a manager for like a university and stuff. And look how good he's doing. Because he don't play no games. Again, out of his mouth, he say, these guys don't know if they're going to be in the big leagues tomorrow. And he likes it like that. That's good for them. That's what he said. That's good. It gives them something to play for. Plain and simple. D Channel says, I've given up on this team. I don't see them coming back. I felt like the Yankees haven't gotten their mojo back since they lost to the Red Sox. Man, I think it was even before that. Since they lost to the Dodgers, they have not been the same. They have not been the same. Itchina says, Boone is trash. I hope they miss to put more pressure on firing him. You said you couldn't wait to call me out because the Red Sox would never overtake us. Oh, man. Yep, Boston and Jays won. Great. Mr. Coconuts, this roster is not that talented. Boone not making these starters suck. And the bullpen sucks. You know, I say all that, but in reality, we're not out of it, right? But I'm telling you, man, it sure feels like we are. It sure feels like this team is out of it. It's going to take a lot for them to turn it around. A lot. I'm talking about you're asking for this team to completely change their whole identity and the way they play. And you can't. This should have been, a lot of this stuff should have been fixed in the offseason. Quite frankly. Like, because this is the same stuff every single year. I don't know how we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. And that's why I call for like heads to roll, like Boone, Cash, all the whole coaching staff. That's why I say, Jacob says custodial welfare check. No, I'm good, man. I'm upset. But life goes on, dude. You know. I love my team. Don't get me wrong. My team is not playing. If the Yankees are not playing in October, I'm not doing well, right? But life goes on, man. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. No matter if this team wins or loses, I wake my ass up in the morning and I go to work and I feed my kids and I take care of my family. That's what I do. But this is, this has been my passion since I was a little kid. You know, I grew up loving this team. I grew up watching this team win and be role models. This team, this team is not even, they're not role models or anything like that. They suck. This is not the same team that I grew up with, for sure. Guys that you see and you look at them like, man, those are stand-up. Those are good male freaking role models, a good team, something to look up to. This team, you look at them and it's like, and they haven't won in so long. Even my kids is like, damn. My kid asked me the other, he's like, when was the last time the Yankees won again? Because they haven't won in their lifetime. That's crazy, right? We talking a whole lifetime. You got kids walking around freaking in senior year in high school and stuff, and they've never seen the Yankees win, ever. You got guys in their early 20s, and the last time the Yankees won, they were babies. They're like, why? What's the whole hype? This is when my son asks me stuff. He's a Yankee fan, but he be like, damn, like, he looks at other teams and they way more cooler because they win and they ball out and they're freaking getting walk-off home runs and doing all this cool stuff. And this team is just bland. They look tired. Katie says, this team is a complete joke. Trade Devin Williams. Katie, I was saying it before. They should have. He's not coming back. Even if he was pitching well, he's definitely not coming back. He don't want to be here. Zoom on the Yankees glove. What Yankees glove? Celia says, "How the hell do you have this talented of a roster and you're playing like this?" And and some of the blame, some of the onus goes on the players too, because the players do have to do better, right? It's not all on the manager and everybody. I get it. Some things is on the player, right? I understand that, but my thing is we've been getting new players every year. We get a whole new batch of players, right? We just got a batch of players in the trade deadline, and the same stuff still happening. So, and even if you took all that away, right? Just the way they the Boone, and I don't know if it's just him or it's the front office and him, whatever it is. Their strategy, the way they plan these games it don't work. It makes no sense. Mr. Met Killer, MVP Manager of the Year, Aaron Boone. Yeah, it's a monumental collapse. This is bad, man. This is a monumental collapse. And it's funny that somebody, I can't remember who it was, and they were Yankee Hater, but they came in here one day, and they were coming here every day into the chat, and they would say, "Watch, I'm telling you, this is gonna be the Yankees are about to collapse like we've never seen, a collapse of epic proportions." That was his words in the chat. And I was like, "Damn, dude." At the time, though, we was like neck and neck with the Blue Jays, finding it out. I'm like, "Nah, bro, we good." I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. Sheila says, Jake Bird isn't built for New York. He reminds me of Williams. Yeah, you could tell. He looks terrified. I don't know why he shaved his beard either. At least he could have hid that freaking, the fright in him, the scariness in him. But he can't even hide it. He shaved all that, and now he looks like my third grade teacher. Like, bro, you ain't putting no fear in no batters' hearts. J. Rivera says, "Bro, we're doomed. The Blue Jays won again, so did the Boston and Texas. Just beat our asses. It's a domino effect. The ship is sinking. That's it. Yeah, it's sinking. It's sinking fast, bro. It's sinking really, really fast." And this happened, right? When who's that? The coach? It was a Phil Nevin. I don't know. The old freaking third base coach. They got fired. Boone kind of threw him under the bus, right? Because they know, right? If the Yankees don't make the playoffs, they will fire somebody. Because they know they're gonna have to sacrifice somebody. It's like a sacrificial lamb, because the media, the fans, they're gonna want blood, right? It sounds crazy, but it's truth. This happens all the time. But this time, no. You gotta the manager, general manager. It has to be one of those guys, or both of those guys. One of those gotta go. They have to. 99 says Pat Murphy's such a good manager. Man, he's awesome, dude. I heard him talk for 10 minutes, and I was like, damn, this is a guy right here that I feel I'll follow him to war. I feel like just listening to him, I was like, this is dude, he's a stand-up guy. Like, so much depth. You listen to a post-game press conference with Pat Murphy, and then listen to Aaron Boone. And you tell me who you going to follow into battle. Who you want leading you. It's not even close. Not even close. Katie says, I have to agree with you, Jason. The season is officially done. Yeah, it's not officially. Officially is when it's mathematically impossible to come back. But it's unofficially done. I would say it's unofficial. Unless they go on some kind of crazy just catch fire out of nowhere, it ain't gonna happen. And it sucks because Big G came through today. That go ahead two-run freaking shot. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a home run like that in my life. Like, he hit a home run. If you look at, I don't know the launch angle. The launch angle could not have been that high. The balls that are that low are not supposed to be home runs. And that thing just freaking flew out of the park. And that's a home run that only he can do. I'm looking for it to see if I can see the launch angle. All right. Exit velocity 115 miles per hour. Distance 427 feet. Launch angle 17 degrees. Do you understand what I'm talking about? 17 degrees home run. If you understand like launch angle and stuff, that is not supposed to be a home run. Like if you do the math together, that ball must have had crazy backspin. They have a formula for that stuff. That is not supposed to be a home run. It's crazy. Big G he's a beast, man. Beast. Just to give you some context, right? The Jock Peterson home run to tie the game was 101 miles per hour. Anyway, the launch angle on that was 27 degrees. 10 degrees more, so meaning it had more hangs. This dude, Giancarlo Stanton, hit a ball pretty straight. It literally went straight. It didn't go up and down. That thing just went straight through over the center field wall. He's a beast, man. That's a freak of nature right there. That's what he is, a freak of nature. Yeah, guys. I mean, look, I'll be honest. What more can you say about this team? Boone says that they know they have to win now. They have to win now. Like, bro, like now you just figured this out? You have to win every day. You always have to win. You always have to win. Now you want to push sense of urgency. That urgency, man, the fans, us, right? We've had a sense of urgency a whole month and a half ago. We were like, whoa, like the Blue Jays are catching us. Let's go, turn it around. What's with this punt lineup? What's with this? What are we doing? And they wait all the way till they end this point, right, where they're like a game and a half away from not being in the playoffs, and now they want to have a sense of urgency. And it might be too late, unfortunately, for this team. And it sucks. It really does. It sucks. And as the fan base, right, us Yankees, and I'm telling you, we're a laughing stock. I get it. When other teams, other fan bases, Dodger fans, Blue Jays fans, whoever it is, Red Sox fans, they come in our chat and they clown us, what can I tell them, right? They're right. We suck. They laugh at us. They laugh at this team. The rest of the big leagues, they really laugh at this team. I really think they probably don't go on TV, unless you're the Dodgers. They don't go on TV and be like, man, this team is a joke. But a lot of these teams, they laugh at us. We don't pose a threat to anybody, really. We really don't. Jason, did you watch the A-Rod Jeter Big Papi sim? Yeah, I played it yesterday. I played it. I mean, I'll play it again if you want. Where is it? We'll go with, I think what A-Rod said was the most important thing. Oh, shoot. What happened there? Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, I played it yesterday, man. I can put it right here too. But and he's absolutely right. Look, A-Rod specifically, A-Rod really went in on them. Jeter didn't really. He held back a little bit, I think, from what he really wanted to say. But A-Rod didn't. A-Rod gave it to them. And what he said was completely true. It was absolutely true. Look, and I'll put it right here for you guys.
Kevin, eventually you have to say, enough with this. There's one of the best teams in the league. I don't think they are, because we're now in almost August, right? And the numbers say that they're not the best team or one of those best teams. And like Derek
they got
said,
the talent.
The talent they do have. But to Derek's point, you can't outrun mistakes day in and day out, both physically and mentally. And where's the accountability? If any one of us made a mistake, we would be sitting our butt right on the bench. I mean, I see mistake, and there's no consequences. Papi, eventually you...
Yeah, I mean, he's right. He is absolutely right. This team is done, dude. Bro, for real, wasted. Wasted. Sunil, what's up, man? I'm trying to catch up to your chat. Sunil says, Jason, I attended the training meeting at my workplace this morning. You want to know what time? Trust me. On Google Associate Cloud Engineering. That's cool, man. I wake up every morning at around 4:30. So, when Cameron Maben was on Foul Territory one day, and he was like, you don't understand the grind and the grind that players go through, 162 games of grind. And I was like, man, you can miss me with that nonsense, bro. You don't understand the grind of 365 days of work, bro. You act like you guys going through a grind. You guys are playing a game, and I get it. It sucks, right? It is difficult. I'm pretty sure the traveling and all that stuff. I get it, and the pressure's there. I understand, bro. But there's 8 billion people in this world. Everybody's going through it. You're gonna try to come to me crying, and you're making millions of dollars, bro. Nobody want to hear that shit. Go play. All the fans want you to do is perform. Play well. That's it. And play hard. That's all. This team, and you know why? It really is. It's a culture issue with this team. It really is. It's a the culture is it's not good. They need to change the culture. And you know how you do that? You get somebody in here who's gonna really shake shit up. And excuse my French today. I'm gonna let you know right now. A lot of curse words gonna be coming out because I'm. It's one of those days. One of those days. Wait, here's the thought. Did Boone sit Rice today because of his comments about lack of urgency? No, I think because Rice played yesterday, right? I don't know why. Look, I'm done with Wells. I don't care if he's a little bit better than Rice at defense. I could care less. I want Rice in the lineup every single day. I don't want to see Wells unless I absolutely have to. And somebody please make him manscape his chest. That's all I'm asking for. That's it. And I feel like the beard policy should only apply to him. Because he's pushing it. He be looking, my man be looking pretty rough sometimes. Fire Babu, oh man. Osmos replaced with Jace Custodio and the Ace. Man, I'd manage that team for free. And you know what's crazy, man? Look, and I get it's a tough job, and look, I'm not gonna say I could do a better job than Boone. There's dudes. I don't think I could, right? But I think that there's a lot of other people that could do a better job than him. That would gladly take that job. So get him. I'm old school. When a starter was spotted 3 runs to start a game, we smelled blood in the water, no excuses. Yeah, man. But at the end of the game, we had it, and Devin Williams blew it. But my whole thing is that he shouldn't even been the closer. He should not be. I don't understand why can't they just define that? Like, why is Boone so scared to be like, you know what? Because I know he didn't want to. He was just waiting for Devin Williams to lose it himself, to lose the role himself. Because he's not going to be the closer from here on out. I promise you that. But he didn't have the cojones to be like, Devin Williams, you're not the closer no more. We just traded for this guy. He's now the closer. He didn't have the stones to do that, right? So he was like, no, let him lose it. Let him lose it. It's on him. If he loses it, he loses it. But we ain't got time to play like that. He's never even earned it to begin with. I don't get it. And that's why we need a manager who doesn't care about shit like that. We need a manager to be like, hey, you know what? Hey, Devin, come in here real quick. Hello, what's up, coach? Hey, you're not the closer anymore. All right? Wait. No. You're not the closer. You don't like it? We could find a place for you. All right? Like, okay, yeah, all right. Get out of my office. That's it. Hey, you, new guy. Guess what? You're the closer. That's it. That's all you got to do. But I feel like he be scared to like hurt people's feelings because he was a player once and he knows how it feels and all this other stuff, and you can't do that, and I know how it's like to get traded, and bro, nobody want to hear that, bro. You guys are professionals. That's it. Perform or don't, right? That's how it's supposed to be. This is the highest level of baseball in the land. This is the creme de la creme. It don't get no better than this. And they over here freaking, and it's a big nursery center. That's all it is. It's crazy. Donnie says D-Train Cashman isn't re-signing Williams. He was never gonna re-sign Williams. That's why I don't know why they didn't trade him, to be honest, especially after they got these guys. I was like, well, I mean, Lou, what's up, Lou? As long as his team makes the wild card, How is happy camper and Boone is safe. That's the thing, man. I don't. The way it's looking, they might not even make the wild card. Barbara says this team looks like they don't believe in themselves anymore. They have quit already. They won't make the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm gonna pull up some stats here. I'm gonna open it up for everybody real quick. If you want to pull up anybody's stats, and I'm gonna pull up some of these guys' stats, and you tell me what Austin Wells. Oh, sure, I didn't put a space. There it is. I mean, like, you tell me, should this guy be playing every day? Is that the guy you want in the bottom of the 10th? Or the top of the 10th? In a big situation? I know Ben Rice is not that much better than that, but when you look at his baseball savant and you look at this guy's savant, even the numbers, yeah, I take my chances with Ben Rice. It's not like one is a lefty, one's a right. They're both lefty. They're both catchers, so you don't have to worry about a catcher, right, to play the position. It makes no sense. That's the whole point. It makes no sense. I feel like Boone does it sometimes. He leaves a guy in there, right? Or the reason why Devin Williams is still the closer is because he wants to show them, like, oh, like, I believe in you. Yo, all that believing, that stuff is done with. It's crunch time now. That's it. He can't get the job done. Even Wells, like, why is it Rice in there? Why? Because you want to show him that you believe in him? You want to give him the opportunity to be the man of the day? To be the hero? No. We ain't got time for all that. Hey, Rice. Benny. Like he calls him, Benny. Grab your bat, dude. Rice. Not Rice. Wellsy. Get your ass over here. You know damn well you can't hit. Get back over there. You send Rice out there. Too easy. Too freaking easy. So he was bringing a Bucky Dent. Damn, dude. Oh, man. It's crazy, man. You can't make this up. DSL, what's up, man? This team is finished. I regret buying tickets back in May for September 26th game. Damn, dude. You might have the whole AAA team up here playing that game. But at least you might see Spencer Jones and stuff. Hopefully, look, I know I'm saying all this stuff, and my gut is telling me they ain't going nowhere. They'd be lucky to make it into the playoffs, right? Into the wild card. That's what my gut is telling me. But my heart is telling me, like, that's my team. Like, don't give up, right? But we'll see what happens, right? The way they playing now, they ain't going nowhere. I promise you. The way they're playing now, they are not going anywhere. Not in the playoffs. Nowhere. It's done. Finish. Finito. No accountability in this team. Too many errors. Shaking my head. Very unorganized. Facts. Whatever gets Boone out the door, I support. Yep. Let me see what else we got here. Hold on. Trying to pull up. Oh, here we go. This should be a good one. Austin Slater, I forgot about him too. This dude freaking pulls his hamstring out. You know what's funny? And look, Lord forgive me, right? I was happy they did. I was like, yeah, get Dominguez back in here. This guy out of here. You know, I don't know. The replacements aren't working for us. They just not. They aren't working. Let me put it here. Oh,
Prior to running down the
wrong one.
For this whole clubhouse, the play of late?
Yeah, I mean, the last 4 games haven't been fun. Some tough games. Doesn't feel like one particular spot where you can pinpoint it, but, you know, it's just, yeah, it sucks. And, you know, we're grinding, trying to put it on the right track.
You guys are a very talented team and a very confident team. Taking that into account, how surprising is it that this has been a couple months now where you guys haven't had a good stretch of consistent baseball that you usually see from you guys?
What was the question?
How surprising is it that this is
what
going
was the
on for a
question?
couple months?
Oh my
Knowing
God!
the talent here, how confident.
This dude forgot the question, just like he forgot the outs.
The track record of you guys that it has going on for a couple months, knowing the talent here, how confident. The track record of you guys that it hasn't gone well for a couple months.
I don't know if surprising is the right word, but I think it's just baseball, and I think that, like you said, we're very talented, and we have the team to go on a stretch. And
you know what, though? My bad. I don't mean to keep cutting it off. He looks like he trimmed it up a little bit. Okay. All right, Wells. He looked like he trimmed up the taco meat, fish. Okay. Kudos to that, at least, because I was tired of seeing that shit.
I think we just haven't hit that stride yet, so I know we're all looking forward to hitting that stride and working towards it every day.
We're so used to seeing Fried put up zeros. What were you seeing from him there in that second inning?
Yeah, I mean, he made some great pitches and got some ground balls, just, you know, not right at the guys like that I feel like they usually go. So, you know, he gave us opportunities to make plays, but we, you know, just maybe didn't get there and get it done. So I thought he was pretty sharp, and, you know, he got through 5 and put us in a chance to win the ball game.
Austin, how frustrating was for you the at-bat in the 10th inning?
How frustrating for me?
Yeah.
Oh, very, yeah. Very frustrating. Just like all the rest of them.
Yeah. Just like all the rest of his at-bats. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What are we doing, bro? The Boone in me wants to feel bad for him, but we're not doing all that. What did he do today? He didn't do... Well, he went 1 for 5. Okay. All right. Volpe 0 for 4. Belly had 2 hits. I'm at Rosario, man. The dude can hit. He can hit lefties. You can't deny that. The man can hit lefties. Paul Goldschmidt had a big night. Hopefully he can build off that. We need that. Jose Caballero, I forgot he existed for a second. I don't know why. You know, McMahon has great numbers. I get it. His numbers versus lefties aren't the greatest. Well, actually, no. He has reverse splits, I think. But his numbers versus Patrick Corbin are really good. So I don't know why he wasn't in the lineup. I have no idea. I think they just wanted to get Caballero out there again, give him a chance or whatever. I don't know. But it's not looking good. Tomorrow, it's not looking good tomorrow for us either. We got Will Warren going up against Nathan Eovaldi, who's been killing. This guy he don't walk people at all, it seems like. That is not the matchup you want. That is not a good matchup for us. This was the game we needed to take. We had our ace out there. We needed him to put a stop. You know, to freaking stop the hemorrhaging real quick. And unfortunately, he just couldn't do it. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, that's 2015 Nathan Eovaldi. This is 2025 Nathan Eovaldi. It's a different monster. A different monster. You guys having fun with the stats, right? Having fun with the stats, man. For those of you guys if you never joined us, whatever, I created a program. You can pull anybody's stats and everything. Just kind of follow along with what they're doing in the chat. You just put exclamation point the player's name. And if you want a specific year, you put the year and it'll come up. And that's for minor league players too. So let's see what Spencer Jones is doing out there, because I haven't checked him in a while. Haven't heard much about him in a little bit. Damn, still batting .360, 13 home runs, 27 RBIs. He's still killing it. I don't know what his strikeouts. I should add like strikeouts and all that stuff. I just don't want to clutter it up too much. I'm going to take a 40-second break here, and we'll be back.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel.
The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey y'all, don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
Yeah, Real Bill says, wow, 17-degree launch angle is mainly a good line drive. That's what I was saying. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit that low, travel that far in my life. I don't think people understand how incredible that is. Like, it's insane. He's just Giancarlo Stanton. He's a beast, man. He is a monster. He really is. That thing, it must have had so much backspin that thing just kept going and going and going. Let me see. Khadija says maybe Cashman. If we do miss the postseason, it's got to be Boone. Let's see. Katie says, trust me, things have to change. You know what's the crazy thing is that things should have been changed, right? Things should have been changed. It has, but I think this is the point where we've reached that crossroad where Hal has to do something. Especially if we don't make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, Hal has to do something. How could you bring him back? 2023, what saved 2023, what made everybody kind of just ease off a little bit. Because remember, after 2023, the reports were the season ticket sales were down. They were down a lot. So when Soto became available, Hal was the one that really pushed that. Like, I don't care what you got to do, get him. We need, and as soon as they traded for Soto, season ticket sales went back up. If the Yankees don't make the playoffs this year, I expect the same thing to happen next year. Unless something changes, unless they go out there and sign a big star or do something crazy. But this time, that's not going to be enough because it would be just the same old stuff. They gotta change the leadership. Obviously, look, Hal's not going nowhere. He's not selling the team. I don't even think he can sell the team. It's like so many people have to approve that, right? Hal's not the only owner of this team. His family owns it, the majority of it. Then you got a whole bunch of other owners, like a whole pool, like Patrick Bet David. I don't know if you watched that podcast. He's part owner. He has a share in it. There's so much. Hal is the chairman. Right? He's just the chairman of it. He has the final say. Don't get it twisted, but I'm pretty sure for him to sell the team, it has to get approved by a bunch of people. So he's not going nowhere, but he needs to step up. Andrew says, Andrew, I'm about to ban you, dude. New Jersey Damo, what's up, my guy? There's a full version of this panel. Even more said at the end of the entire clip. What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about. What are you trying to do? It didn't work, Khadija? On paper, the Yankees have a good team, but baseball's played on the field. Facts. Oh, you talking about, the Jeter A-Rod clip? Yeah, I know. Yeah, there is a full panel, but it's kind of long, and I try to avoid the copyright stuff, even though I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for this one. But sometimes when I play certain stuff like that too long, that's why I put it in clips. In clips. So watch, let me go back here.
Eventually.
And then this is another thing that A-Rod said right here.
Kevin, you can't make this up. I mean, look, you can bring in 9 relievers. It's not going to make a difference. I don't care, Gene, if you bring back your 98 bullpen with Mariano, Mike Stanton, Jeff Nelson. If your pitchers go 3 1/3, 4 1/3, it's not going to work. Baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. And if these guys continue to get 14, 15 outs per game, by the time early to mid-October, they're dead anyways. But here's my biggest concern. You bring in 7 guys and you're still miles away from winning a world title. And the one thing you can never outrun, you got to restructure this roster. I like a lot of the players individually, but together it just doesn't work. Kevin, you...
Yeah. Nah, YOLO, don't be spamming don't spam it, man. Really, that it's supposed to be only for members, the stat stuff. But if you're gonna keep spamming, then I'm gonna have to block you. Bam Bam's my cousin, so I let him do whatever he wants. Geo NYC, House Steinbrenner doesn't have the balls like his father. That's why I say I wish his sister would run it. His sister got more balls than he does, I think. And I don't think that it's just that I don't think that he cares enough. That's all I just think that he doesn't care enough to really, as long as the money's coming in, he's a business guy. It seems like he's more interested in soccer than baseball. He did say that Thurman Munson was his favorite player growing up and everything. I don't want to say he doesn't care. I just think that he's not willing to go all out, man, or go crazy like is that. Right now, we need a little bit of crazy from him. I get it. Look, as a boss, you don't have to be impatient and stuff. But man, he's been patient enough. I wouldn't be mad at him. It's been 8 years of this. All right, 16 years if you want to count the last time we won, or 15 years, whatever it is. I wouldn't be mad at him. Now is look, firing people, and look, I hate to call for people's jobs, but look, if you're not performing, you're not performing. Getting rid of people is appropriate in this situation, right? Is appropriate. There's times when I'd be like, man, nah, that's not appropriate to do all that, or it's not appropriate to bench him for that. But we're in the area where we're beyond that. Like we've been crossed that line in the sand, and yeah, like it's appropriate to get like. If some of these, look, I'm not gonna put names, right? If some of these people in the Yankees organization, if they was to get fired, right? Of course, they'd be upset, but they have to think about it. But you know what? I get it, though. We haven't been performing. We haven't been winning. We haven't been doing our job. And this dude's dumping $300+ million on payroll every year. And we suck. Crazy. His sister sits at the first base side every game. I didn't know that. Well, she needs to go upstairs and just take charge of this team. Somebody got to do it. I haven't seen her. I have no idea where Hal is. I really don't. Like I haven't seen him all season. I can't remember. Hopefully we see him on Saturday, the Old Timers game. Which, by the way, I'm glad that they brung back the game, the actual game. I wish Jeter would play, but he's not. But I'm glad that they brung back the game. But they actually play instead of instead of Michael K freaking talking all day on a damn podium. Like, nobody want to hear that. You guys are bringing up Ruben Sierra, Jeff Nelson. What's wrong with you people, man? Bring up John Wetland, 1996. I want to see a real closer. Or Mariano Rivera. Yankees haven't been third since second week of April. It's crazy. Eovaldi will end our season. You know what, man? He is pitching better than I've ever seen him. He's dangerous. He really is. He could really shut this team down to the point where they score no runs, like in Miami, 2 hits. I hope not. I hope we get to him, but I could see it happening too. I really could. I could see. I wouldn't be surprised if the offense just freaking shut down tomorrow. Let me look for something real quick. Yeah. Unfortunately, it feels like it's over for this team. It really does. Bo Jackson. Man, you guys are going crazy with that, man. So Neil says, I'm gonna guess House Sister is the Cleveland Indians from. Oh man, no, she's not. She's a. No, I don't think I wouldn't say that. I don't even want to repeat what you just said. We need these people back. Bro, these people are freaking 70, 60 years old. They're not going to do nothing. We need that mentality, though. That's what we need. The old Yankees, man, the Yankees of the late night. I feel bad for like people who are too young to have experienced that, of how the Yankees used to be, how prestige they were, you know, how just when they came, they just had aura about them. They just had that aura, like, they were just gonna win. They were never gonna quit. They were never gonna just lay down. They're gonna fight it through. Everybody, from the pitchers, everybody. The manager was on point. And we just don't have that anymore, unfortunately. It is what it is. I think the first step, right? You know, I really think, you know, I was saying, like, look, I was saying that if the Yankees don't make the playoffs, they need to fire Boone. I think that they need to do it now. I think something like that, if they were to do that right now, either two things are going to happen, right? This team is just going to continue spiraling and it's going to be over, but that's it, the trajectory they're in right now. Or it's gonna light a fire under everybody's ass and they're going to just freaking get a whole jolt of something, right? And just start playing way better. Just like a bunch of teams, like the Phillies did a couple years back when they fired Girardi. Will they do that? Psst, most likely not. But I bet if they were to do that, I feel like something like that would really shake the whole entire organization. It'll shock the world. If we woke up tomorrow and they'd be like, Aaron Boone, relieved of his duties or whatever, everybody would be like, what? Oh, it'll be crazy. And I promise you, the players some might be upset, whatever, but it'll shock them, man. Because it feels like something, like this team needs to wake up. You hear them in the press conference, right? Like when we was watching Wells a couple minutes ago, they look dead. They like, yeah, I feel like them on my back. And I get it. I don't need them to be all crazy and everything. And I'm not sure if they always like that. But it just feels like, I don't know. It feels like this team they need to wake up. They need to wake up. They need something to remember. Like, look, all you guys are on the line. All of y'all. And it goes back to that accountability and consequences. It's like, bro, like, especially all of y'all that have options still and can be sent down. I'll be like, look, I'll send down the whole. You could be in AAA tomorrow. You could be in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre tomorrow. Wells, Volpe, whoever it is. Other people like, we'll DFA you. We don't care. We'll eat the money. You better step it up. Or you're going to find yourself looking for a job. That's what they need. Dangerosa. I probably do already follow them. I'll look it up later. Mr. Met Killer Swagger Yankees. Yeah. The 1998 team was great. In 1998, George begged fans to go to games. 20,000 was showing up in June, July. He said in an interview, please come, and I promise to do what y'all want to win the World Series. You know, it's crazy that we average way more than that now. And look how we playing. And people still going to go. Boone doesn't know how to be a leader. Yeah, he don't know. He's not a leader. Like the great 50 Cent, right? Curtis Jackson said, to be a leader, you need respect, right? And respect comes from admiration or from fear, right? Either they need to admire you, and I don't think anybody admires Boone in that clubhouse, or maybe they did at one point, they don't anymore, or they need to be scared of you. And I don't think anybody's scared of him either. So therefore, he has no respect in the clubhouse. He's just there. They probably be like, yeah, all right, yeah, whatever. Cat Mama, what's up? Hi, everybody. She says, hi, everyone. You all actually watching this team play games? Yeah, I like the self-mutilation. But it's getting to the point where I can't even watch it sometimes. I'm just like, I could be doing so much more with my time than this. Susan, what's up, Susan? She says, hi, Custodio. Boone stinks and Williams should not be the closer. Yeah, I don't know why he was even the closer to begin with. Like, that's what I was saying before. I think that Boone was just, when they made all these trades, he was just scared to tell him, like, dude, you're not the closer anymore. I think he really convinced. He probably was like, no, you know what? Let's put him out there. If he loses it, if he blows it, then that's on him. But like, I don't even know why they did that. People were calling me crazy when I was like, look, the Yankees should really think about trading him. This was like a week ago. I was right here sitting on this chair, and I was like, look, the Yankees should really think about trading him, because I was listening to something Michael Kay said, and it was talking about trading him and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't always agree with Michael Kay, but he is absolutely right. They need to really think about trading him. And then when they got these 3 relievers, especially a guy like Bednar and Doval, considering what Devin Williams has been throughout the year, I think they should have thought about really moving him, because I don't think that he's going to re-sign with the Yankees. Even if the Yankees offer him anything and they want to re-sign him, I don't think he will. He to me, when I look at him, he doesn't want to be here. From day one, he looked like he didn't want to be here. From the day they announced the trade, he pretty much said it in so many words. He said, I thought I was getting traded to the Dodgers. He doesn't want to be here. It's clear. It's obvious. So if you know he's not going to be here next year, and he's pitching like he's blowing games left and right, then just trade him. See what you can get. But instead, we'll get nothing when he walks. They're not going to give him a qualifying offer or anything like that either. Boom, let's bring Williams in the name tomorrow again. Oh, man. Cat Mama says she stopped on Friday. I know you told me in the chat. I don't blame you. Friday night. But you know what's crazy? That it just keeps getting worse. Friday night, I thought like, okay, this is rock bottom. It can't get much worse. But every time I think it can't get any worse, they're like, hold my beer. And they play worse. It gets worse. And the sad thing is, it might not even be over yet. Tomorrow we facing a tough pitcher. I don't know. It's another thing, Susan. Why was Wells batting in the top of the 10th inning? There. Why was he batting when you have Ben Rice on the bench, who's a way better hitter? Jeremy Southall. The Yankees need Bill James from Moneyball. I think the Yankees tried it. They follow that Moneyball philosophy stuff, but that stuff don't really work no more like that. I mean, kind of. But whatever the Yankees are doing is wrong. It's obvious. Whatever they're doing up there, whatever analytics, they don't tell us. They have special analytics. Dun, 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 right? They have some stuff that nobody else has. And it's freaking supposed to be whatever, right? And obviously it sucks, because whatever analytics they using to make decisions is always wrong. These dudes are freaking idiots, man. It's hilarious at this point. Like, we have our own analytics. It's like, all right, okay, It ain't working, guy. Yeah, Boone should have pinch hit for Wells. Exactly. Demon D, what's up, my guy? Good night, Gio. Take care, brother. Didn't want him to begin with. Weaver earned the closer role in the postseason. Yeah, but Weaver hasn't been great himself. But like I always wondered, I was happy when they made the trade. And at the time I would do it again, right? If I didn't know what I know now, it was the right trade. But when he got here, he's been terrible from the first month. And everybody's like, well, it's just, he's always bad in April. And I'm like, man, this is really, really bad. This isn't like, I get it. Like, you're struggling a little bit. This is, in April, he was really, really bad. And then what they'll say is, well, he only has 3 blown saves. I'm like, yeah, because he wasn't coming into a lot of save situations, but he's blown a lot of games. I'm talking about big run. There was one in Tampa Bay in April, I think. He blew like a 4-run lead in the 9th, or more than 4 runs, 5 runs, something. I don't know what it is with them. And for a while, it looked like he had it figured out. But he doesn't, man. I think that the nerves, some people are not built for this, to wear these pinstripes. Some people are not. Like Jake Bird, I'm looking at Jake Bird now, and I get that feeling he's not built for this. He looks scared out there. It really does. I get that feeling a lot of times with Will Warren. A lot of times in big games, I feel like Will Warren gets scared. And you could tell the nerves are getting the best of them. Rah, what's up, man? Yankees should have sold at the deadline and cleaned house with the GM and manager from top to bottom, but nobody want to listen. Yeah, but in hindsight, you're probably right, but at the time, you can't do that when you're like, you have the first playoff spot, the first wild card spot, and you're like 3.5 games behind or 4.5 games behind the Blue Jays. I get it, But you know what? I will say, like, these moves that Cashman did, they were good moves. But they weren't like all-in moves. They weren't crazy moves. Look, I want to show you guys something, all right? Damn, I don't know if I can show y'all. Man. I'm going to do it anyway. This is what going all in looks like, all right? I'm going to show you what going all in looks like. You want to see what going all in looks like? You ready? This is what going all in looks like. You know what? Hold on. Let's play this one. This is what going all in looks like right here. Look, I get goosebumps when I watch this. Bro, why can't we have this? Why can't the Yankees have something like this? Anyway, I don't want to get... This is it right here. Look. Why can't we have something like this, man? Look how gangster this is. That's going all in right there. That's really going all in. And I get it, Stephen B. That's Mo. We talking, but when you say Mo, we talking, we nearing 20 years ago. Most young kids playing baseball right now in high school and below, they've never even seen the Yankees win ever. They hear Mariano Rivera. They've never seen him really. They don't understand. They see this though, right? They see that and they're like, whoa. Like, you look at the Yankees and then you look at this and you're like, whoa, this team looks way more exciting to watch, right? Like, the game looks more exciting to go through. I don't know what's up with this team, man. Like, the people running this team's they're a freaking joke. You got freaking dinosaurs running this team. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But some of these people, they're so outdated. They're stuck in their ways. And when you have people stuck in their ways, they can't adapt. They can't, they can't evolve with the times. Yeah, we used to have them, but to the point that I was making, that was 20 years ago almost. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's been that long. And even Mariano's entrance was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but not like this. This now with the technology and everything, this thing right here. When I first saw this, when I watched this, and then he all that right, and he didn't go in there and blew it. He went in there and pitched 4 pitches and inning done. That's all in right there. That's going all in, But I get it though. We had so many holes to fill that we couldn't waste everything on one person, So, but that right there is cool as hell. Cool as hell. I want the Yankees to get to that. How do we get to that? Right? How do we get to that? That's what I want. Yeah, Jazz do be smoking weed. Jazz smokes too much marijuana. Don't know what's going on out there in the field. He be hanging out with A Boogie with the hoodie. That's who he be hanging out with, smoking weed all day. Jason, can Jesus save the Yankees? Jesus can save anyone, man. Yassine. But the Yankees don't deserve it. They're not worthy of it. Jason, watch the Devin Williams after the game interview. Let's see what he said. Man, I'm going to get a copyright thing, but I don't care. It's one of those days. I don't even Devin Williams, I could care less for and he was one of my favorite pitchers, the airbender and everything. Even when he was with the Brewers, I always wanted him here. But he has like all these guys really, even Jazz, Volpe got a little bit of it. Like this kind of like snarky attitude, like how dare you ask me that? Like, bro. Boone, same thing.
Where were you trying to go and what happened on that pitch to Peterson?
I'm trying to throw it down and away there, miss middle, and obviously he did what he did.
You had a stretch where you were really throwing the ball well. The last couple of times out, it seems like you struggled with a pitch or two command-wise. Just what do you think overall has been going on the mound for you?
Yeah, this game and the last one, it was really one pitch that hurt me. But that's the difference between winning and losing sometimes, and I can't let that happen.
Aaron Boone said he thought that the stretch has been weighing on you guys in the clubhouse. Is it weighing on you guys?
The stretch of us playing poorly? Yeah, things haven't been going well for a while, and I think everyone's well aware of that. I would say I'm trying my best. Sometimes that leads to the opposite outcome that you're trying to achieve, but at the end of the day,
I want to say something real quick because before I watched this, I said sometimes he has like a little attitude and stuff. I'm not getting that vibe from him. I'm getting a guy who's just like he's broken a little bit. Kind of feeling bad for him, to be honest.
You got to get it done.
Devin, where's your confidence at right now in your stuff?
Like I said, I felt great. It was the one pitch that hurt me. Other than that, I thought I, was executing pitches. But, the game's got to end there with me.
How does this team go about bouncing back and getting it back on track?
I think it starts with, playing clean ball, playing smart baseball, and, not giving up outs, not giving away free outs. That's where it starts.
Yeah. Oh man, what are we gonna do with this team? Real Bill says, Williams, what's been going wrong? Wrong. You just hurt my feelings. Oh man, I feel bad for the guy though, kind of. I'm not gonna lie, man. Robert says, first of all, you clean house and you start fresh from top to bottom and get players that can handle wearing the pinstripes and being in the Bronx. The thing is, you don't know who can handle it until they get here. That's the thing. But I don't know. The Yankees in the 90s, they figured they found a way. Like mostly everybody that we got, a lot of them were nobodies, right? I was a lot younger then, so I can't remember, like guys like Charlie Hayes, Scott Brocious, or freaking Luis Soho, or all these names these are guys that you really wouldn't really like think play a big role, but everybody had a role and everybody played their role well. And this team, nobody really has roles. Everybody's, one day you're the leadoff guy, the next day you're the bench, one day you're the closer, the next day you're in the fifth inning. It's a big hot mess. It's an analytical disaster. This is what happens when you start overthinking things and you think that everything's a freaking math problem, and it's not. It's just like, hey, this is my leadoff guy. I don't care if it's a lefty bat pitching today. He's the leadoff guy. Right? This is my number 2 guy. This is my cleanup hitter. There's certain and I get it, moving certain things a little bit every now and then. But there's certain spots in that lineup that should always be consistent, or somewhat consistent. The same thing. There's certain spots, roles. Some people are bench players and some people are starters. And this team now, at least now, we kind of know. Okay, yeah, Amir Rosario, he's a bench player. Slater, he's a bench player, even though he got hurt today. Caballero's a bench player. Like we kind of know that. But all year, excuse me. All year, it's like, okay, who's the starter and who's the bench guy? Like, I don't even know that. Like, there is no defined roles for anybody. The only people who have some kind of consistency is Aaron Judge and Anthony Volpe. Those are the only 2 people who's always know where they're gonna be playing in the lineup for the most. And Volpe, I don't even know how he earned that right, to get that kind of treatment. This is beyond me. Judge, I get it. Judge takes a day off when he wants to take a day off, It's crazy. This team is broken. It just really is. It's broken. You can look at these guys' faces in the clubhouse. It's broken. And how do you fix it, right? How do you fix that right now? Obviously, winning fixes everything. And it does. But how do you get this team to start winning? How do you freaking give them a jolt of energy? We're past the trade deadline. There's nobody you can bring in, unless you're calling up somebody like Spencer Jones. But then again, he's a rookie. He'll be making his MLB debut. You can't expect him to do much. How do you freaking just, send shock waves through this whole clubhouse and just give them a jolt of freaking energy? And I think you got to do something crazy, something not even crazy. You got to shock them with a move like firing somebody or something like that. Or you just let it play out, just let it play out. But it ain't looking good. It really isn't. It ain't looking good. Stephen B. I post the channel CT card interviews I did today. Yeah, go ahead, man. Do whatever you want. He's blackmailing Cash and Boone. We might as well bring up Jones since Slater is going on the IL. Yeah. The thing is, though, Slater was always going to get sent down anyway. Eventually. Because Judge is coming back tomorrow. So that frees up the spot, the roster spot we needed for Judge to come back on the roster. Slater was either Slater or Caballero, but I think Caballero has more value in terms because he's so fast and everything. Slater was always gonna get sent down. He just happened to get hurt, so Judge will fill that roster spot, and then there's nowhere to bring. There's no spot to bring Dominguez in. I mean, not Dominguez, Spencer Jones. Excuse me. Yeah, make sure Stephen B got a channel, man. Make sure you check out his channel. No, you good, man. I'm not one of them guys, man, that's gonna. I don't care. If you want to promote your stuff, go ahead. As long as you're not going too crazy with it. I don't mind. Don't call up Spencer. He's going to strike out a line at the MLB level that could ruin his confidence. He's coming up in September. I can almost guarantee you that. Right now, there's no roster. Unless somebody gets hurt or something, he's not coming up. He's just not. Bring Judge back, and then you have 2 DHs on your roster for now, Judge and Stanton. Yeah, they got to figure that out. And Stanton's been killing the ball, so at this point, just put him in the outfield, right? Can it get any worse than this? I know every time I say this, it gets worse, but can it really get any worse? Just throw him in out. He might surprise us. Put him in right field. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that. Let's put Big G in right field, baby. Let's do it. At least it'll make the game a little more interesting. I saw a photo, if it's real, with Hal with his arm around Volpe. Don't tell me it's one of those Coldplay kiss cams. It was probably AI, so let's stand catch. Yeah, why not? Let's switch it up. Let's do something. Whatever we're doing now ain't working. You know what? Put Stanton in center field. Why not? Put him in center field. Nah, at least in right field. I think he can handle it. He can handle right field. The thing is, you just don't want him to get hurt. But I tell you what, that ball that Caballero missed on Friday night, the one that his glove. I think Stanton makes that play. That's Pudge right there. Stan definitely makes that play. But the thing is, like, what do you do now, right? The trade deadline's up. There's no way you can sell. They're still technically in it. I think they're gonna ride this, but if it gets worse, I think they should really consider. I know Judge won't let them do it because Judge is to the point. He's like LeBron. He does what he wants, But I think somebody should really talk to him and be like, you know what? If it gets to the point where it's like, look, we're not making it. It's better to just chill out. Just sit down, Save yourself for next year. But knowing Judge, he's not. He's dying to get back in. I just don't want to see I don't want to see him hurt himself worse. And it's something that's going to carry over into 2026. That's what we don't want. But now if they come around, they start winning again, and they start winning, and we're in there in the wild card spot and everything comfortably, then I say, okay, you know what? All right. But there's no point. That'll be the worst case scenario, right? If the Yankees don't make it, to the playoffs, and them for putting Judge out there, he ends up hurting himself even worse. God forbid, knock on wood. That's worst case scenario. Spencer Jones cut down his Ks from 40 to 20% in AA from the beginning of the season. He's going to be fine with Ks. He's a hybrid of Judge and Cruz. I mean, look, you know what it is? Look, I like Spencer. I want to see him up here, but I would never say like, oh, this guy's going to be this. And you never know, right? You don't know till they get up here. You just don't know until they get to the big leagues. You just don't. But I'm willing to give him, he deserved this. My thing with Spencer Jones, he's earned his shot, right? He deserves a shot. To call him up here. Let's see what we got. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna say like he's like Aaron Judge and all that, because I gotta see him first up here in the big leagues. Real Bill says either way, I'm stocking up on liquor, lots of liquor. Yeah, man, this team is getting me to that point too. Sunil says, mark my words, the Yankees aren't making the playoffs at this clip. This is merely a delayed version of 2023. Regression, we all witness. You know, it's eerily similar. Very similar to 2023. That's why I said this is 2023 all over again, Sunil. I said that earlier in the stream. This is 2023 all over again. It is so weird. This is everything with the Judge injury, the way we went down in Miami, because we lost a big series in Miami in 2023 too after the All-Star break. It's just so many coincidences that it's like, man, maybe that's the universe telling you. It's like this ain't the year. Just put the best players that the Yankees have in the lineup every day without changing it. That will be a start, and stop letting analytics do your lineup. Yep. For the Yankees to be in it, the Blue Jays got to lose 20 games from the Boston, has to lose 10 straight. Texas and Seattle got to sink. They just got to start winning, man. They can't even think about it. They just got to focus on winning. Winning, which they should have been doing from the beginning of the season. That's the whole thing. That's why Boone pisses me off. He's like, oh, we got to win. Bro, but how many games have you punted this season so far? They don't say they punt, but how many games have you punted, bro? How many games? The first game out of the All-Star break, they punted it. They punted the first game after the All-Star game to the Atlanta Braves, right? Remember, they started the game with freaking Terminator. I forgot his name already. Oh, man. They had a bullpen day. We didn't even have a starter to go that day. It was a punt game. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. That's how I'm tired. They just DFA'd him. Somebody remind me in the chat. But anyway, yeah. And now now all of a sudden there's urgency. Like, we got to win. Bro, you're too late. It's a little too late. Ian Hamilton, there you go. Thank you, Sunil. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm glad. Like, I literally brain dumped him because I was so sick of him too. He is terrible. I don't even want to. I brain dumped him. Get out of here. You know. Jonathan Loizaga is next too. To get the hell out of here. Or it says Yankees. I've been saying from the beginning of the year, this team is the way it's constructed is a third or fourth place team. They just don't man, look, what really killed the Yankees, right? It's not even the way they're constructed is bad. Don't get me twisted. Like, it's bad. What kills the Yankees is that they make so many mistakes. They make so many big errors. They blow games. They can't move runners over. You know how many times they had freaking runners on second and third, no outs, and couldn't score? They can't seem to get the ghost runner home. They can't, you know? Like today, especially away. When they're away, they're not winning extra inning games. They can't figure it out. They can't lay down a bunt. They can't do the fundamentals. We get outmanaged. We outpitched. We out-hit. We're outran. Base run is hurt. Like, they're so bad at everything. It's just mistakes. Poor decisions. Mistakes. Killing themselves. Look, that game on Friday, we should win that game. The game today, we should have won this game. And those are only two recent ones that I'm thinking of. But if we go back every game throughout the season, I bet you there's at least like 25 games that we're like, man, the Yankees should have won that, where we blew it. Completely blew it. This team's like, I'm talking about like 25, maybe even 30 games that they blew. Good night, rah, man. Take care. Yeah, I'm about to close it up here. It's getting late. It's late. I didn't realize I was on this long. We'll get real bills. Spammer says, it's like I'm watching a AA or AAA minor league team. I feel like a AAA team could come up here and beat this team. Stephen B. Football season is upon us. I have the Bills, Virginia Tech, and Kentucky. I don't have time to drink. I'm getting everything from my channel ready. I should start it at the end of September. That's what's up, man. When you do, make sure you let everybody know so we know where to find you. That's going to do it for me, guys. CT Cards, you owe me a cheesecake for the interview. Stephen B owes everybody a cheesecake. The Savannah Bananas play better fundamental baseball than the Yankees. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. I didn't realize the time is so late. I got to wake up literally in 4 hours, I have to wake up for work. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. If you haven't, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. You know the deal. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.